Welcome to this week's Whole Week Costa. Tonight, the beer table's back again after being away for a week because I was sick. I was pooping my pants. Let's
You
be
had,
honest.
did I have a beer last week?
Yeah, you had a beer.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just
That's a
had
beer table.
I think I had tea or something like that. But so I got an announcement, but we'll talk about this beer from a brewer I've never had before.
So, first off, we have a very luxurious whole week Costa today because we had all this time to set things up because I could actually get here on time. It's from the Lord Hobo Brewing Company in Massachusetts, United States. LordHoboBrewing.com. This is
Hobo Life.
It's a American IPA, 4.5% alcohol by volume. Apparently ranked 6,853 out of some number. Has a bro score of 3.99 out of some number. Ate once, 123 gots, whatever that means. So this pretty comprehensive review. It says it has a hazy light golden with a near 2-finger white head, which we tested. It does.
Yeah, it's like 2.5.
Some sediment at the bottom. Okay lacing, whatever lacing is. Citrusy, grapefruit, orange, lemon, pretty nice. Does not follow nose at all. Weird aftertaste. Don't know what that means either.
We do a beer table. We didn't look up anything.
So,
Ever.
so this guy rated on some sort of LSTFO scale. So maybe we can find out what that means. But that was the T, that it doesn't follow the nose at all. The F is a thin mouthfeel with little carbonation, slightly dry finish. And the O is that it's an okay beer. Maybe O for okay. Another review says, smells a bit like a weight room. Lots of sweat and balls going on here.
So the beer is dry hopped. They do that to get more hop flavor for real hop heads.
Which
I'm
is
not a big IPA fan,
like
so we'll see how
balls,
this
apparently.
is. Yeah. So I'm not a big IPA fan. So if you wanna taste it,
I'm going to try it.
we get that real good slurping sound.
Yeah. Here, wait, I'll slurp it on the mic.
No, I already heard it. That's why.
That's better. It's like grapefruit juice. It's very grapefruit.
Yeah, there's nothing real special about it.
Except for his beer that tastes like grapefruit.
Yeah. No,
So-
that's just what an IPA tastes like. It's just a bland IPA.
Yeah. So if you really like grapefruit, you're going to like hobo balls.
Or if you just like a bland IPA, this is it. So it's not bad. I bought 2 beers this weekend. One I've yet to try. The other one is they're both Dogfish Head.
Yeah.
One is Romantic Chemistry.
Huh.
It's peach mango and ginger IPA. It kind of tastes like that, but with like peach ginger.
Okay.
It's like that, but with flavor.
It's like peach grapefruit.
Yeah, pretty much. And then I bought another one. It's Pennsylvania Tuxedo, which is a hilarious name.
Huh.
It's a guy in all flannel.
Tuxedo and peach flavored. And
No. That's a different beer.
Tuxedo and grapefruit flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't tried the Pennsylvania Tuxedo because it's like 8 or 10%.
Yeah.
So and then in April
Mm.
I'm going to take a tour of Omegang, which is another favorite brewery of mine in Cooperstown, New York, where the Baseball Hall of Fame is. So I'm going to take that tour, eat lunch there, and go to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
So I feel like we mostly drank their Game of Thrones beers. Like I don't know if they're anything special or they just like have
No,
they're just like well known now because
Yeah.
of those.
They have a lot of like their main beer is the Omegang Hennepin.
Mm.
That's like a really good beer.
Mm.
Like there's nothing special. I mean, there's no like special flavors or notes or anything. It's just a
Yeah.
really strong beer flavored beer.
Mhm.
It's like double the beer flavor of regular beer.
All right, real
And
beery.
then real beer. And then their Game of Thrones beers, like they're just regular beers too, like non-offensive beers. Like it's like a couple different blonde ales,
Mm.
and like their Night's Watch beer is like a stout, like a dark stout. So
Yeah.
it's like they just package beers that everyone can drink,
Yeah.
and then they do the Game of Thrones, where their other beers like aren't beers that everyone will enjoy.
Hmm. That makes sense.
So it's like their Hennepin is an enjoyable beer. Their Game of Thrones beers are just, really across the board, like not special.
Yeah.
But then they have like the special flavors. So
Oh.
I'm pretty excited, and I hear their food's good there, and they do events. I'm not going to be there for any events.
Yeah.
It'll be a Thursday morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all the alcoholic events on the Thursday morning.
Yeah. Oh, the one beer, the Romantic Chemistry. I just drank some on Saturday night, but I only like finished half of it because I fell asleep. So the next morning, I drank the rest of it. It was still pretty good.
Seems
And
fine.
then I went to the store, and Rachel goes, "You're driving my car with beer on your breath." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's
like half a beer.
Yeah, but it's 7:30 in the morning. Who's gonna pull over a guy at 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday?"
And they don't just smell your breath; you still have to have high alcohol content
yeah.
in your blood.
Yeah. So,
So I literally the one topic this week. I feel like I've actually been preparing the last like bunch of weeks.
oh, so here's a podcast announcement.
Mhm.
So last week we talked about how Amazon sold me the wrong stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm working on content,
Yeah.
something fun or just to talk about. Because next week, this is episode 29. Next week is episode 30.
Are we sure it's episode 30?
Yeah, it's episode 30.
Is that
It-
with the deleted second episode?
I'm not sure. I don't know how many we posted, but
Yeah.
it's the 30th episode
Okay.
we're recording.
It might be the 29th one you guys are hearing.
28th, because I skipped another one too. That sounded terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So 30 or
we should
29
probably
or
know
28.
these. We should probably know these things, but it's the 30th one we're recording, which is
I
like
feel like
a
all of
mi-
our super fans probably know.
Yeah, somebody's gonna listen to this tomorrow. Be like, oh, these guys are idiots.
This is episode 27.
Yeah, but it's the 30th one we're recording.
Yeah.
I actually have it on my computer. So
Does that count our aborted half episodes when the first week we messed around?
don't we mess around every week?
Yeah, but like there was like a week where we recorded some stuff and like you got mad at me because I wasn't taking it seriously. Then like Carmen recorded for a little bit. That was like a whole just shit show.
No, that was just the first week.
oh, is that like
That was the first week I had the stuff. I had the
Yeah.
equipment. Then we did our first episode. Then we
Yeah.
did the lost second episode. I think like the 7th episode was terrible too.
yeah.
So this should be fun.
Did we post the one recently where we like our mics weren't on?
Yeah. So we posted that.
Yeah.
That was not last week. That was the week before.
Yeah.
And then last week, it got cut off the last 9 minutes.
Yeah. So our goal today is to have a full episode with our microphones working.
Yeah.
The whole time.
It sounds good.
JD's computer hasn't tried to update once. He didn't install any new programs today.
Yeah.
It's good, as far as I know.
So I have a couple stories if you want to hear them.
Sure.
So at work.
I'll slurp my beer. Hold on.
Yeah. So I became part of they asked me to become part of the inventory team because every year around June, August, those couple months we do inventory. And now I'm part of the inventory team, but I had to miss the first meeting, and then the next day after that, I was out for a different meeting, so I missed the inventory meeting. So my manager was trying to catch me up on the notes, and this lady that doesn't like me and knows almost nothing about me, she comes down in the middle of him trying to catch me up, and he's like, there's going to be a new position we're working on opening up, and you can apply and we'll interview you for it. And I'm like, well, will I get it? He's like, and she hears that, and she turns around and she goes, well, we're thinking about we want them to have an associate's degree at least, so you don't have to worry about it. And the manager he starts laughing.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, he has his bachelor's.
Yeah.
Like he's going for his master's soon. So she's like, oh, face red. No one hears from him for the rest of the day. Then, so I went to. I could talk about Terracotta Warriors later.
All right.
So I go to brunch.
Yeah.
Around 11, I meet up with another couple, and the guy, he goes, I'm wearing a polo. And as you can see, you mostly see me wearing what I wear now, like shorts and gym shirt, because I come after I would just work out, and there's no point in like putting on something nice.
I look pretty much homeless all the time anymore.
Yeah, yeah, that's
know.
it. But like if I go out, like I'll wear a button down or a polo and like nice pants.
I'll wear my nice sweatpants.
Yeah, the nicest ones. They're not even that tight around the balls.
I actually wore, so I wore just the same pair of sweatpants the last 2 days of the gym, and I was smelling them. This when I stopped home briefly, and Kelly was like, "Why don't you put a new pair of sweatpants for JD?" And I was like, "Okay."
So I'm wearing a polo. He goes, I take off my jacket, and he goes, "Oh, you're wearing a polo," and I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Whew, I've never seen you." I was like, "Asshole! Every time I go out, like if I leave to go like eat somewhere nice and then like go to the Franklin Institute, I'm gonna wear something half different."
Yeah.
Like it ruined my whole morning. Like it was so rude.
Yeah.
And Rachel's like, "Well, maybe he didn't mean it like that." I was like, "No, I feel like he's like you usually look like a scumbag." So that like,
I mean, that's how I would take it.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's no other way to take it.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I think for me, I'm just in, because I dressed like too fancy for like 2 or 3 years, and I've rejected that part of my lifestyle. So
I don't
now
ever
I'm
have
going
to.
the other way.
I don't ever have to dress fancy, but like if I actually go do something,
Yeah.
I look nice.
So I could dress nice for work if I wanted to instead of just wearing scrubs. And like now that I'm getting in better shape, I'm kind of like thinking about it. But it's a lot of effort.
Dude, if I could wear scrubs to work every day, I would.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's okay, right? Because I'm like a little bit weird. Like I'm like a little twitchy, like my speech pattern is like a little bit different, right? So, and we were talking about this at work the other day. We had this one doctor who left, who was just like a weird guy. And he dealt with guys that had like chronic like pelvic pain. So it's like a really hard population to deal with. So I actually deal with them a lot now, and I think I understand it pretty well, where I think I get good results for a lot of guys. But he'd been doing it for a long time before there was a lot of like the newer evidence and like what to do with guys. And I'm pretty convinced a big part of why like he was good with these guys is because he was like a real weird guy. So it was like almost like a Yoda thing. Like you'd hear him talk, and then it'd be like, "Oh man, that guy must be smart." Like he's just really strange. So we're talking about it because we have another doctor that works at one of the other offices who's like a really weird guy, but like it's also just like I don't know if he just is like so weird that he's just on a different level than the rest of us, or he just like has phoned it in and just
is he a really good doctor?
No. So, well, that's sort of what I was getting to. So that was one of the things we were talking about. We are talking about like, the difference of you come in and you see like, was it like one of the, cause I guess we're all like a little weird, it says around me like, you come in and you see like one of us and like, and you're thinking like, that guy's a little weird, but then like he starts talking and like intelligent things come out, versus like a guy who, just like looks at you for 10 minutes and walks out of the room and never comes back, which is what this guy does sometimes. I've heard some real awkward stories. So I kind of feel like maybe being like a little frumpy in scrubs like actually benefits me at work versus like if I went in and I was like dressed really nice and looked really well put together. I feel like I'd lose some of the weird charm that I think people might like. I don't know.
It might be weird. Like you're not a handsome man, so I mean,
you know what? When who was the last James Bond? It was
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
So I feel like Daniel Craig was a little inspiring for me because I feel like Daniel Craig isn't any better looking than I am. Like I feel like he's like in super good shape. So
he's in immaculate shape.
Yeah. So I remember watching those movies and being like, like I feel like I'm in the same looks category as Daniel Craig. If I were just in great shape, that's what I would look like.
I'm in worse. Like I asked my mom, like, "Mom, am I handsome?" And she goes, "Hey, maybe." So, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we both have little eyes, and that's what gets us.
Oh, I have a droopy eye, so yeah. People are like, "Are you high?" My whole entire life.
Yeah.
And then when I, like if I ever did smoke marijuana or eat a marijuana edible, which I never have, my eyes like completely close.
Yeah, I used to get that sometimes too.
But
I don't really.
But
anymore.
I still see fine, and they're like, "Your eyes are closed." I'm like, "Yeah, but I see everything."
So I guess I at least have kind of two droopy eyes. You just have the one.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I look half awake. Like if I'm creeping on someone,
Yeah.
I look all right. Oh, so speaking of creeping on people, so I saw Saturday and Sunday. I saw two different gentlemen
Yeah.
wearing trench coats,
Huh.
and I turned to my friends that I was at the thing, the Franklin Institute with, and I go, guys, if I ever buy a trench coat,
Yeah.
throw that shit away as soon as I buy it. Because the one guy, he was in Dunkin' Donuts, and he was like, he had like this smug look, and like he would like look around, and I'm like, oh my god, he's going to touch my niece and nephew. I felt like he was.
He's definitely naked under that trench
Yeah,
coat.
and then like he just had false pants on, like they they were like bungee strapped to his like right below the knee. Like it looked like he had pants on, but no. And then I saw another guy in the Franklin Institute on Sunday is like probably 80% children. And like this other guy, he was in a trench coat, like zipped all the way up.
Yeah.
Like there's a coat check. It's 90 degrees in there.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
a
you're
weird thing to wear
sweating.
inside for a long time.
Yeah, so at this point, like, unless you're a cowboy with a duster on,
Yeah.
any coat below the belt buckle is kind of creepy. You
Yeah.
know, like I want to have children someday, and then like I have a niece and nephew, and like you have kids, and anytime someone's like a half a creep,
Yeah.
like you just run the other way, like he's gonna molest you.
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of kids, totally unrelated. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
I thought it was really weird because I noticed Sam does some stuff that like I do that's like just totally weird little things that he like would have never seen me do. So there's like weird genetic stuff. Like, so I really like so like, and it is so
Like, is he already like looking into your same fetishes?
no, not like that. No, like weird little things. Like so I feel like it's real satisfying, and you know I do this to Kelly to like, you know, like if you pull on somebody's lip, it makes like that sound, like
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like I think that's really fun to do, and like I was laying down with Sam over the weekend, so for him to go to sleep, and he starts pulling on like my lower like under my lip hair to like pop my lip out. I just thought it was really funny because I feel like I do that all the time. I feel like he's never seen me do it.
Yeah, but it might be so unconscious on you that he actually does see it and you don't know it. Like you could see people pick their nails or bite their nails. You're like, yeah, stop biting your nails, you creep. And they're like, I'm not biting my nails. They have half a hand in their mouth.
Yeah.
I told a guy at work today. He works down the street. He comes in. He's like biting his nail. At first he was picking his nose. Like he was like I was staring at him. He was going for the gold, and then I think he ate it, which was disgusting.
Oh, terrible. Sam does that too.
Yeah, well, he's 3. This guy's 50.
Yeah.
And then he's biting his nails. I'm like, yo, boss, don't bite your nails in here. He's like, oh, why not? And I was like, it's a chemical factory.
Yeah.
You don't know, like I clip my nails every other day.
Oh wow. That's dedicated.
Well, it's almost like.
It's like a safety thing.
Yeah, you have to because like I rarely ever bite my nails. Like sometimes I get like a hangnail or like I'll scratch myself like this nail's short, and I tasted chemical under my nail once, and I was like, that's enough for me. So now I clip every other day.
Huh.
I mean, I'm supposed to shave, but I never shave. So,
but so the other sort of weird thing that I don't know if everybody likes this, but I feel like again when I'm laying in bed with somebody, I like when they put their hand over my eye. I just feel like it's like a really comforting feeling. I can't really describe it to people listening.
Yeah, but it's a little weird, not fetishy, so that's good.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like just a weird normal thing.
It's a weird normal thing that doesn't creep people out.
Yes, and like there's been a few times again when I was laying down with Sam to get him to go to bed where I like put my hand over his eye, and I just think that's such a weird random thing to like do. I don't know, but other update. So he called. He called Kelly twice this weekend. He called her mommy the rest of the weekend, but he knows her name now. So I don't know if he's gonna. I feel like he's just gonna stick with mom though. I feel like that's just what he knows her as, even though he knows her name now. But he did call her like Kelly a couple times, except for when Laura came to pick him up. So we thought it was gonna be funny to, because Kelly was taking the like Valentine's Day decorations down, so the kids like to help. So it was like a little bit before Laura got there. So we're like, Sam, just like sit in the window. It'll be funny when Laura gets here. So he was like sitting in the window watching YouTube, and then it was like she knocked on the window, he knocked on the window, but then he'd like get down and get his shoes on and all this stuff. So then Sam's leaving, and then Sam's like, bye, Daddy, bye, Allie, bye, Mommy. And then we all said bye to him. And then he like said it again. He was like, "Bye, Mommy." And we're like, "Sam, be cool. You have to call her Kelly."
Yeah. I think he'll learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating. Like I saw it on my dad's face. Like,
Yeah.
like you slip up and like, you just call someone dad. That's
Yeah.
not your dad. When
Yeah.
like you're real young. Like I was 7 when my parents divorced. Or like, my niece said it one time. Like he called her stepdad like dad. Yeah, it's like real tough. And
Yeah.
my brother was like, "Oh my God, do you call him?" And she's like, "No." And
Yeah.
like he was like his weekend was ruined.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty understandable though.
I mean, that's what Sam's always called. I mean, talking about that's what Sam's always called her, and like Laura definitely knows this point. Like she like, clearly heard it twice, and she was like seemed fine with it because I think she knows.
Yeah, well, you three,
Oh.
like you see a woman,
Yeah.
it's mommy.
Yeah.
And then Allie calls her mommy all the time too.
Well, that's where he
So-
learned it from. Because every once in a while, Sam will slip up and call me Kevin. So be like Kevin. So just from hearing Allie.
And then
basically.
like my parents, if you called them by their name,
Mm.
that was a backhand.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and Sam's always done his own thing with names anyway. Like he's called my mom Mare for like since he could talk.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Speaking of like your like eye pressure thing,
Mhm.
have you seen the advertisement for the gravity blanket?
No.
It's a 25-pound blanket
Yeah.
that you buy, so you have 25 pounds on you at all times.
Huh.
I just looked up the price because it's
Yeah.
something I'd want to try out,
Yeah.
but for between $150 and $225,
Wow.
not worth trying out.
Huh. So it's supposed to be like an anxiety thing, or is it supposed to be like I don't know. Or,
I think it's a little bit of everything.
Huh.
Yeah. I've seen the advertisements a bunch of times. I see them online.
like there's like
Uh,
thunder vests for dogs.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. And like you feel that comfort of like the weight on top of you.
Yeah.
But it might be comfortable, but after a while, like it
Oh,
might,
Maybe something you just have on and then you would take off in the middle of the night at some
Right.
point.
I mean, 25 pounds on top of you, it's got to be warm.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what it's made out of. I don't know. So we had to look at the beer scale and what the blanket's made out of. That like whatever that floats thing guy was. Here, let me look up what the acronym was. Maybe you can look it up. Okay. It was. I just scroll back up.
The gravity blanket is filled with a high-density plastic pellet. The
Huh.
material is odorless, non-toxic, and food grade, making it perfectly suited to be in a blanket.
See, why does that have to be food grade to be in a blanket?
I don't know, in case like the pellets fall out and the kids eat it.
I guess.
Yeah.
So LSTFO is the appears to be the scale, unless this guy's just making his random own shit up. But LSTFO. What's it stand for?
It comes up LSTFO beer. It's a beer advocate. I think it's. I'm almost positive it's definitely like.
It looks like an acronym for something.
Yeah.
Like some sort of rating scale.
Well, we're gonna look it up.
We're about to learn something, guys.
Yeah.
We're about
Oh,
to
no.
learn.
Why did it grow so fast?
Oh no.
Oh, look, smell, taste, feel, overall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's pretty easy.
yeah. Well, I had a
That's what I know about the mouth feels.
for like a year straight. I don't think I ever told. I think I told 1 or 2 people about this. I should probably get back on it.
Yeah.
I reviewed burgers
Really?
just for myself. I have a notebook in this studio
Huh.
somewhere about it.
Did you post it anywhere?
No, I just once a week I would get a cheeseburger somewhere else. I think altogether I got like 45 cheeseburgers from 45 different places.
You should post them on like Google Maps.
Yeah. So my scale was meat, how flavorful, dry, if they got it to temp, and then the most important, bun.
MFDTP.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like and the bun, like that was like the biggest thing because all those things can ruin a burger,
Yeah.
but like 50% of a burger is how well that bun is. You
Yeah,
know,
true. If it's a bad bun, it's bad.
I mean,
It's bad
everybody
deal.
has their bun preference,
Yeah.
but like a nice thin burger with a nice potato roll,
Mm.
delicious. But like a thick burger with a thick like crusty but soft, it really depended on the So it's my own personal thing.
Yeah.
I did that for like a year. I would do homework
Yeah.
and then I would treat myself to a burger.
Yeah, it's Jamie didn't post them somewhere. That probably people would probably be useful for people.
Yeah. I mean, it was like chicken scratch, and I did a lot of music reviews too. I actually have those all on my phone.
Yeah, you should probably post all this stuff.
Yeah, maybe
I mean,
not.
you should probably post them all under the Whole Wheat Costa moniker, and maybe we would get some following from those.
I'd say for all our listeners, all like 3, we could do a giveaway next week.
Nice.
You could drink beer with the host of Whole Wheat Costa, but like not in my studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, just somewhere else.
They could be whoever does our first YouTube comment
Yeah.
next week could be our first guest on the show.
You have till the end of March,
Yes.
and that's
Well, they probably have until next week.
yeah.
We'll release this. When are we going to release this?
Probably tomorrow.
So we release it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, March 6th.
Release it tomorrow. If anyone comments before next Monday on our YouTube, which will be our first YouTube comment ever, they will be our first. They will be invited to be our first guest on
Right.
Whole Wheat Costa for the 30th episode extravaganza.
Right. Which would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you don't live anywhere near here, then I guess you can call in.
You can call in and we'll just like hold the phone up to the
No,
microphone.
I
for
have
it.
this plug and I have my phone. It goes right
What?
into it. Yeah.
We can have callers.
Yeah, we can have callers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we should do that. And and so most podcasts only make it to 20 episodes. So this podcast is longer than JD's ever been married, and it's approaching longer than I've ever been married.
So,
Said something.
yeah, I mean, marriage, what is that anyway? Sometimes people go through 3 or 4.
But a podcast is forever.
Yeah. But it is. It's going on the internet.
Yeah.
So it'll be there for forever.
Like all of our dick pics.
Like if we stop now, I think YouTube's like 8 years.
Yeah. Dick pics are still out there though.
Yeah. I don't have any.
You don't have any dick pics on the internet?
No.
That's amazing.
I've only taken like 3 or 4 dick pics my entire life.
What do you even do with your phone?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I use it for asshole pics.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got like the reacher arm and everything.
Nice.
We're good. No, I've never taken. I think I've taken like 3 or 4 dick pics
Huh.
my entire life.
Wow. That's amazing.
One time I did take a picture of my balls
Yeah.
and then send it to a group text with the guys from work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I feel like taking a picture of your balls isn't like a real good sex.
No.
I feel like no one wants to see anyone's balls.
it was to mess with other guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, so I got another funny story for you. Hilarious story.
Mm.
It was way funnier earlier. Actually, I got 2.
You just really real Donald Trump that. The funniest story ever.
Funniest story ever. Today it was hilarious at work.
Mm.
But I'll start with the first one. And I was going to text this to you, but I want to tell you in person because I wanted your real reaction.
Mm.
So I'm at the gym,
Mm.
and I'm doing tricep extensions
Yeah.
like this. They can't see it, but like, you put your hands behind your head and like you move a piece of weight.
Mm.
Pretty much like you're jerking off a guy behind your head. So I do that, but
Yeah.
I'm wearing a regular size shirt. It fits fine,
Mm.
but because I'm stretching like that, my belly's hanging out.
Yeah.
And this guy, he comes up to me, he goes, "Excuse me." He taps me on the shoulder. He goes, "Excuse me." I go, "What?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Next time you come to the gym, could you wear a longer shirt?"
Why is he looking at you? That's so fucking awkward.
Yeah, and I laugh at his face, and he
Yeah.
walks to another room, and I follow behind him laughing.
Yeah.
And I asked the guy, I told the guy who works the front counter
Yeah.
when you like check in, and I'm like, "Hey, do you know what this guy just said to me?" And he started laughing. He's like, "Oh, that guy's here like twice a month." He complains about people all the time.
Huh.
So I was like, that's so funny. That like someone would even ask. And then the second one is we get called into production and shipping get called in today into the conference room.
Yeah.
And the supervisor goes, I don't I don't know how to start, so I'm just gonna come out and say it. So everybody's thinking something different.
Yeah.
Like the last time we had a meeting, we had a serial pooper, right? And so like no one knew the serial pooper would like blow up the back of the toilet.
Yeah.
So we had the cleaning company that we had quit on us, and they
Wow.
didn't tell us why.
That's like serious fucking poops.
Yeah, dude. And then people were complaining there's like poop on the toilet seats in the back of it. So so it's like, look, they're like, we got a serial pooper. It doesn't stop. Like we're gonna have to put monitors in the bathrooms and everything.
How can you put poop monitors and you can't like videotape people?
No,
in the
like
bathroom?
anytime somebody goes into the bathroom, like someone would inspect the bathroom before and after that person leaves the bathroom.
That's like a big waste of resources.
Yeah, but
Whose job would that be?
I don't know. But here's the thing:
Yeah.
2 cleaning companies quit on us because
Yeah.
we had a serial pooper. Right?
Would you think you guys have to rotate poop duty?
I wouldn't do it. Actually, I would do it and then poop over the back of the toilet just because I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Be like, oh, it was that guy.
It was him. And then, so this is the second. So he goes, his supervisor goes, someone's thrown Chuck's coffee cup in the trash Friday and today between the hours of 5 and 7. And I start laughing. Like 3 or 4 other people start laughing. Bob, the guy I work with, he's like, "That's what you brought us into? I thought someone died." Like he's
There's
real-
another pooper.
Yeah. He's like, I thought so. I was like, oh, I thought it was a serial pooper was back, And someone else is like, oh, I thought you were shutting down the plant. Like everybody's so relieved. It's the maintenance man. He's pretty much like a Trump gun runner, and so. I think in production there's 6 Spanish-speaking people. 4 are from native like the DR, Puerto Rico. Like 4 or 5 of them, and then like one guy's from like Camden, but he speaks like fluent Spanish. So it's like he always puts down the Spanish people like I don't these immigrants, blah, blah, blah. And even though they're from Puerto Rico, like half are from Puerto Rico. And then the 2 Dominican guys are like the hardest workers there. Yeah. And like he just always puts it down. And and then the supervisor, he goes, I'm tired of this negative stuff. If everybody has anything negative to say, we're going to clear the air right now. And so they go, so he's like, nobody has anything to say. And then the Spanish people, the one guy says, because they call the maintenance guy, Chuck, they call him Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So you hear in Spanish, like, Donald Trump, he probably deserved it, right? And then, like, another Spanish guy is like, yeah, I did it because he's an asshole. But they're saying it in Spanish. So the manager and the supervisor have no idea. And I'm dying laughing. Like, dude, I'm rolling laughing. And I'm like, what are you laughing about? I was like, nothing. I'm not like very good at Spanish, but like I know the body language, and I've known these guys for years. So like, and I know what they're talking about. Yeah. And I'm dying laughing. And then later on, they're like, "You know who did it?" And I was like, "No, I don't know who did it." And they're like, "You were laughing." I was like, "You guys got to learn Spanish." So anyway, so we're going on, and I was like, and so like 5 minutes, like, all right, if anybody has anything to clear, I was like, and I'm like, you know what, I do, and Chuck. He's the most negative person here, so he did deserve it, And like, also, why is it? Because it's on like a sill in the production area. Yeah. So there's like a QC lab. So there's a glass. So there's a window sill there, and I was like, also, he's not allowed to have. Why is it even out there? You know what I mean? Like you're not even allowed to have it out there. Like if EH&S, which is Environmental Health and Safety, came through, or OSHA, they would take that glass and throw it right in the trash too. So and then like, yeah, but it's his personal. I was like, PPG bought that cup. It's a PPG. Like they bought them for everyone, and like. So it's not his property. So A, it's not his property. B, safety would have thrown it in the trash too. And C, why is he bringing it to you guys? Why didn't he just go, maybe I should just bring it to my office? Yeah. It's like, and he's the most negative person out there. And then like, because I finally said something, the one lady who was laughing, she said something. She's like, oh, he's nasty and disgusting, and then this lady's nasty and disgusting, and then if you're doing like she went off, and then like another person went off, and he's like, oh my god, he's like meeting adjourned, like he didn't want to hear all the negative stuff. So it was a pretty good meeting because everybody was like just going full blast on this guy that like he complained about a cup being thrown away, like his coffee cup, like twice,
Yeah.
and then like everyone just went off him and like another person, like all this nasty stuff. It was so funny. They're like, oh, all right, whatever.
Because first the immigrants take his cup away, then they
Yeah.
try to take away his gun rights. That's
Yeah.
next. He knew it was coming.
Right,
Slippery
right.
slope.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the commercial? It's like this guy walks into an office building with muskets, with one musket,
Mm.
and they're like, this is what guns were like back when the Second Amendment was written. And he like walks in and the lady's like, sir, you can't go back there. And he has a musket and he like loads it and he shoots and he misses the guy and the guy's like, whoa. And then he like throws everything out and he takes the ball and he pushes the ball down, but everyone runs by him.
Yeah.
And so by the time he gets loaded again, everyone's out of the office building. And it's like, why do we need guns again? You know, like it was one of those. It was a pretty cool. It was pretty well done.
Well, that was the thing, you know. I mean, and you know, I'm not a new argument that no one's made before, but like, you know, when the Second Amendment was enacted, it was essentially because a private citizen had the same amount of firepower as like a government, you know, like soldier. So, like, it made sense that the populace could have guns to fight back against tyranny. But like, you can buy all the fucking guns you want, but the government has like stealth bombers and shit. So like it really doesn't matter anymore.
Highly trained soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if the government is super soldiers, I mean, you can even have your fucking AK, you know, what is it, the AR-15 or whatever?
Yeah.
That like people shouldn't even have, and it doesn't matter because one soldier will kill you easily.
Two things. The Second Amendment, the full thing mentions so that there can be a militia.
Yeah.
That's the full thing. You have the right to bear arms because we might need you for a militia.
Yeah. So if you want to bear arms, go join the National Guard.
Yeah. And then the second point of that is, and whatever, I think if you're gonna, this is the third point, I guess. But if you want to go hunting, be a man. Go hunt with a fucking bow and arrow.
Yeah.
You don't need a gun to go hunt. If you're gonna go hunt, bow and arrow.
What's the
Yeah.
thing? So
even the score.
yeah. Well, so I think that hunters should be able to have guns, but I think the difference is I think people that want guns for hunting like respect it, and I feel like people that, you know, want guns for that, you know, if you were like, oh, everyone needs to do like 20 hours of gun training every year, or like, you know, or like put real limits in place where like you had to pass like a background check or like a psychological evaluation or something in order to buy a gun, I'm pretty sure hunters would be fine with it. It's like the assholes that shouldn't own guns that wouldn't be fine with it. So I don't know. So the hunting argument I think is like irrelevant because at least the people I know, I mean, so like for me, because I have a hunting license, or I mean, I guess I still technically, I don't know, I did, because my parents hunt. I mean, so I went to like a long safety course, like when I was like a 12-year-old kid, because that's as early as you can get like a hunting license. And I'm pretty sure like most hunters would be fine doing that, or even if they do yearly training or something.
But that's fine. Like a lot of countries, they have hunters. I thought there was a roach on my wall, but
Yeah,
I was
what
like,
we do.
we don't have roaches. It's just an earwig. They're disgusting too.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, a lot of countries they have hunting clubs where the guns are just locked up at the club. You don't need a gun for your house. And some people are like, I need personal
Even
protection.
that, I bet you hunters would even go for something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I mean, hunters want to be out in the wildlife and hunt.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know.
a true hunter should have guns, but like, there's people that are like, I need 9 guns in my house. For what?
Yeah.
You're not gonna get to your, like, if your gun's properly locked up and someone invades your house, you're not gonna get to it fast enough anyway.
Yeah.
It's just it's crazy. So my other point is like what you're talking about, like the people that are like, I want to protect myself from the government. So SEAL Team 6 or whatever, SEAL Team, they went into a military compound
Yeah.
in Pakistan, and they captured Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
A military compound,
Yeah.
like 6 guys
So
or 12 guys
yeah.
or whatever.
So they want to come to your house. It doesn't matter.
So they went into a compound where the soldiers were trained to protect that compound.
Yeah.
They captured a man and killed him, and then got out. So
Yeah.
you think you having a gun can stop a highly trained army?
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, it really
military
doesn't matter anymore.
military personnel couldn't stop them,
Yeah.
let alone you.
Yeah. I don't know. Whole gun thing's crazy. I don't know. There was a thing this week that Dick's, um,
They stopped selling.
They stopped selling the AR-15s.
Yeah,
or
they
whatever.
stopped selling the AR-15 and any style gun like that. I mean, but they still sell. There's a Winchester. It's not it's a rifle, but it shoots 45 caliber long handgun bullets. So it's not a rifle round. It's just a snub nose, but it's long. It looks like a rifle round, but it doesn't have the features of a rifle round. It's just like an original Winchester.
Yeah.
But they don't have it's not a lever action. It's semi-automatic, like a
Okay.
handgun.
Yeah.
So you're taking this highly barrelful
Yeah.
45 round
Yeah.
that's like twice the size of a handgun round with twice the grain.
Yeah.
That's still being sold, but that can go through a brick wall. Where the AR-15 will be stopped by that brick wall.
Yeah.
But so it's it's not guns, it's responsibility.
yeah.
You know, people were making the arguments well, maybe it's mental health, maybe it's not guns, and then people were like, it's guns, not mental health. And it's
Both. I don't
it's
know.
how about can't we just do something about the guns,
Yeah.
but also do something about mental health,
Exactly.
and then and then figure out what to do after that, because neither argument's working. And kids are getting shot.
Yeah, I mean, I do think this argument's broken. That people just look at this this country only has so many guns and they have less shootings, and we have more guns, we have more shootings. I mean, anyone but a moron knows that correlation isn't causation.
Right.
But I mean, anytime you see the argument, I think the easy argument back is well, what is different about our country that we have more guns? Maybe the root cause is the problem, not the guns themselves. But also, we could try to get rid of some of the guns and see what happens. I don't know.
We can deal with bullying and mental health, and we can deal with guns and not selling as many guns. And it's not like guns or cars where they break down after 10 years and you have to buy a new one.
Yeah.
Just keep your gun clean; it will last forever.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. The biggest thing people don't want to admit is that guns are a hobby.
Yeah.
Don't take my hobby away. Make puzzles.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Give us 10 years to figure this thing out, and then we can start giving out. It's hard to say don't use guns, but what are you really using them for?
Yeah, it's the thing. I mean, most people don't. I mean, it's just I think swords are cool. I have 2 swords and a warhammer in my house. I don't have any idea in my head that if somebody comes to my house, I'm gonna hit them with my warhammer. I just think it's cool. I like to have it.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it really is. It's just a collector item. It's not
Yeah.
I don't know. But guns are no different. People just have this. I don't know.
Yeah,
just
but it's not the responsible.
small penises or whatever.
Yeah, it's the 1% making it bad for the 99%. It's just like the same argument people had about Muslims. It's that 1%
Yeah.
that make it bad for the other 99%.
Yeah.
Or
just the
like
extremists.
hillbillies. Yeah, some are racist, but I know a lot of really cool hillbillies.
Yeah.
So it's always the minority making it bad for the majority.
Yeah, and the school thing is just crazy something to think about. So Brittany makes Allie carry a door wedge. I don't know if I said this last week.
No.
Yeah, Brittany makes Allie carry a door wedge in her bag.
What's it, a door wedge?
Yeah.
Oh, to wedge the door shut?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because that's the idea, the school shootings only last a few minutes. So if someone came to the school, you could put a door wedge in, and they'll just go to an easier target basically. So it's kind of scary, but on the other hand, I'm Allie's a support character.
Yeah. Oh no, what do we do? She's like, I got this door wedge and a bag of carrots. Carrots, please. Yeah. It's that's kind of cute, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a gun in my face,
Mm.
and as soon as you have a gun in your face, everything you've ever learned about gun safety goes out the window. It's
Yeah.
just like I've also been caught on fire
Yeah.
on accident on a job
Did you
site.
stop, drop, and roll?
Nope.
Or did you just run around
No,
in a circle?
you just run around. So I fell to the ground and tried to put myself out.
Yeah.
And then the guy I was working with stopped me.
Yeah.
And that hurt worse than the fire. And yeah, so it's like in an emergency, like you pretty much have to
Yeah.
know what you're doing. That's like why in the Army, like they train. Like I remember, they train you super hard, and they drill and they drill
Yeah.
and they drill.
That's be
So it's,
automatic.
yeah, so it's second nature,
Mm.
or even at this point, like first nature. Like
Yeah.
someone starts shooting up a school. Do you think a 7-year-old girl's like, I got a doorstop, guys? Like, no,
Yeah.
you're just shitting your pants and then slipping on the
Yeah.
shit. That's. I'm a grown man. That's what I would do. I would shit my pants and slip on my shit.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all you can do.
Well, her teacher knows she has the doorstop.
Oh, her teacher,
Yeah.
her 31-year-old teacher that graduated 5 years ago,
Yeah.
and
She's pretty hot though.
yeah.
Um,
No, unless like the parkland in Florida,
Mhm.
there was a guy with a gun,
yeah. there's a-
and he didn't even enter the room.
I
He's
think
like,
I think that's
"Nah."
the biggest argument against us army teachers and stuff. There was an armed person there to protect the kids, and it didn't matter. So like life's not some action movie.
Right. And then yeah, he didn't protect them. And then like last week there was one teacher who powerbombed a child, and another
Really?
teacher that did have a concealed carry and had a gun,
Yeah.
shot up his own classroom.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
So yeah, it's not guns, it's people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it sounds like a dumb argument, like guns
Yeah.
don't kill guns,
Yeah.
but it's like people like, let's take the guns away till we can figure out how to like test.
Well, that's the thing.
know?
Like, I mean, like I said, I think both arguments are stupid. Like the argument that because we have more guns, we have more violence is stupid because there's an initial causation why we have more guns, and it's that sort of like like group civic thinking that like led us to this. So like that has to be fixed. But in the meantime, like I said, we could try to take some guns away and see if things get better. Like there's really no harm in doing it.
Right.
I don't know.
Like a shotgun. I was telling, I think it was my brother, we were talking about guns.
Mm.
And I shot 30 rounds out of a shotgun in like 2 minutes.
Hmm.
And the shotgun only held 3 rounds.
It would kill like 40 people.
Yeah, so it's like you can, we were just practicing
Yeah.
shooting. We were in the middle of Colorado, so we were shooting clay targets, and he would just throw them up, and I would just shoot. So it's like people were like, "Well, get rid of handguns. You don't need handguns." Like, I shot 30 rounds in like 2 minutes out of a shotgun. It was not pump action. You just load the guns in. It was or you load the shells in.
Yeah.
It's semi-automatic. Like, imagine how devastating 30 rounds of shotgun.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You kill multiple people with like a shotgun blast.
Yeah, and people were like, take away handguns. For what? After 14 rounds, you're out. Then you got to reload, and not
Yeah.
all those bullets are going to hit someone.
Mm-hmm.
But a shotgun,
Yeah, you're gonna hit
you
something.
you don't have to even aim.
Yeah.
So it's like, take away handguns. What's that solve? Shotguns are $150.
Yeah.
Like a semi-automatic shotgun's $150, and you can unload a whole box in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not the type of gun. It's not the style of gun.
Mm.
It's the person using the gun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you were, back to the home defense thing. Like, if you were like a police officer and you had a gun in your house, like you probably could stop someone breaking in your house.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think police officers mandatory to carry a gun.
what's I mean? But like, if it was like me and I had a gun in my house, like I probably wouldn't know. Like, it wouldn't help me in any way if someone broke into my house.
Yeah, and then knowing Kelly, if you did have a gun in your house, you had to have all the locks on it.
Yeah.
So you're downstairs, the guns in your bedroom. Someone breaks in.
Mm-hmm.
You're right there. What are you gonna do? Excuse me, sir. Let me go get my gun. Run up. You have to run halfway through your house, run
Yeah.
up the stairs, run back the other way. You find a key.
Yeah.
You have kids, so as soon as you walk through that door, you're throwing your keys on an end table.
Yeah.
So you shut up, McDonald's here.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what most parents do. They get their kids in the house. They throw their keys the first place they can do, so they can carry their 9 children in,
Yeah.
4 grocery bags, 2 school book bags. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like now someone breaks in. Now you have to go find your keys, run halfway across the house, run upstairs, run back the other way, find. Fuck, I forgot the key.
Yeah.
Find your gun. You know, because you have to keep your gun safe because you have kids.
Yeah.
And then the people that don't have safe guns,
Hmm.
their kids shoot himself in the hands on accident.
Yeah. So it's even worse. Yeah. I mean, the chance I'm sure there's statistics on it. The number of accidental like kids shooting themselves versus the number of like homes defended. And
Right.
I'm sure it's way more the former. So I don't know.
And it like my mom when she was young, her father, my grandfather was a corrections officer, and he had a gun. She was playing with his guns, shot herself in the hand. She
Yeah.
still has a scar on her hand because
Wow.
a bullet went right through her
Yeah.
hand. And it's you can look at 100 million scenarios to defend or pro or
Good or bad.
yeah, good or bad for any argument. You
Yeah.
can look at any argument, and any argument can sound good.
Yeah. I don't know. But so my only topic this week, we saw Peter Rabbit this weekend.
Yeah.
I've never seen a more unlikable, terrible protagonist than Peter Rabbit.
Oh, except for Russell Brand movies.
So it's probably close. So the plot of the movie, just to spoil it, is so and I think this is sort of the original was. So Peter Rabbit and his family were next to this old McGregor guy who like wanted to keep him out of his garden. So and they hated him because he was like trying to grow a nice garden and defend his property apparently, which made him a bad guy apparently. So then but in the movie, so he dies, and his like nephew, who's like much younger guy but still like real high strung, moves in. And he initially just wants to like sell the house because he lives in the city. He doesn't care about the country. He just wants to basically sell the house, take the money, and then go. But so when he gets there, all the fucking rabbits have destroyed his house because they like went and like destroyed all his stuff because he thought the other McGregor died, nobody was coming. So initially he's pissed off because the rabbits destroyed his house. So totally reasonable. So then he meets the girl next door, who's this artist who likes all the rabbits. And over the course of the movie, he ends up falling in love with her. He still hates the rabbits, but he's like trying to pretend because he really likes the girl. And you can see the legit change. Like he's a more complex character. He's this really uptight, only cares about his work sort of guy. And then he moves out in the country. They basically make him take some time off to like deal with his uncle's death. So he's out there in the country for a few weeks. You can see like he has a real change in his character. He falls in love with this girl. He realizes work is the most important thing. But the fucking Peter Rabbit is like obsessed with the human girl for some reason, and which they sort of explain, but not really. And he realizes that the girl is giving more attention to this human guy. So Peter Rabbit sabotages him in every way possible, even attempts to murder him, tries to use electricity to murder him, and then laughs about it when he thinks he's dead, when he thinks he's actually murdered him. Laughs about it with the other rabbits. This is a kid's movie.
I'm laughing about it because that's ridiculous.
Yes. Pokes him in the eyeball to confirm that he's dead, and then laughs about the fact that he just murdered a man. Kid's movie. And then in the end, Peter Rabbit blows up with dynamite his hutch and part of the girl's house. And then when the guy eventually says fuck it and sells the house and moves back to the city, then the girl's going to leave too because her house is destroyed. So now Peter Rabbit, now that he's losing out on the girl anyway, now decides he's the good guy and is going to go and bring the guy back and try to get them back together. So essentially, Peter Rabbit's a selfish prick the whole movie, tries to fucking murder a guy, and then does one questionably redeeming thing at the end because really he's still doing it for himself partially. And this is a kid's movie where he's the good guy.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I read a review that said, I think it was like the granddaughter of the author,
Yeah.
said that she would be rolling in her grave
Mm.
if she had seen this movie.
Oh my! I mean, it was absurd, and like, There was actually some really funny parts of the movie though. Like it wasn't bad to watch the movie. Like I wasn't really bored or anything. But I was mad at this fucking fictional bunny, because he was just such an asshole. I don't know. And again, I don't know what message it sends to kids. Like, be an asshole as much as you want, and then do one good thing. That deathbed confession. That's all you need.
What's it called? Real quick, talk about something that I talked about in the very beginning. Terracotta Warriors.
Yeah.
Kind of boring.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see some story, some kid broke off one of the fingers on one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the security guard, I was like, hey, do you ever get bored of this stuff? And he goes, nah, everybody keeps asking which one broke off the finger. And he's like, it's none of them.
Yeah.
There's like one with the finger's missing, but then you got to realize like they excavated it.
Yeah.
And apparently China really wants that kid. Like they want to extradite him for like. And it's like there's 8,000 warriors. Like calm down, guys.
Yeah. So there's what? So there's 80,000 fingers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so you broke 1/80,000th of the exhibit.
Yeah. I mean, it's like calm down, guys. Like
Are all the warriors there?
no, it's like 12 warriors.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's like
See
12
them all.
warriors. There's like one horse, and then they have replicas of it and everything. It's like all right, and
Yeah.
I paid for brunch.
Yeah.
She paid for the tickets. I think I like my brunch better than the tickets.
Yeah.
It was all right. Like it was
Yeah.
fun, and then we went to the Center City Whole Foods because usually they have like half a pig hanging, and they didn't have anything. So we just got Federal donuts.
Yeah.
It turned out pretty good. I got pretty good at driving a manual car.
Oh yeah, I've never
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah, so it's pretty like I drove one for my ex because that's all she ever had, and then like 3 years later,
You have a thing
I-
for girls with manual cars?
nah, just I guess so, and
Yeah.
like weird noses, like
There's good using the stick shift.
yeah. So I've gotten pretty good at that. So that was pretty cool. So it was like a milestone. So
Huh.
and then today I got back from financial aid. I had this SAP, which is satisfactory report warning that like I had to sign and send back from September 2017. So I emailed them and I go, "Hey guys, like is this applicable because I graduated with like a 3.6. So how am I on like academic
Yeah.
suspension?
How you stop?
Yeah. How am I on that? Like the semester after I graduated,
Yeah.
and then they said back, "Oh, we waived that, so we approved your financial aid."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
JK.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, that's pretty much my whole entire weekend.
Yeah.
I argued with financial aid and saw some Terracotta Warriors.
Nice. Yeah, we threw a sprinkle in the dark and saw Peter Rabbit.
I didn't know what a sprinkle was until you explained to me.
Yeah.
You were just sending me messages that were like half thought out.
Yeah. Oh, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, we're having a sprinkle.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, okay.
What's a sprinkle? It's a little shower.
I still had no idea. Like,
Yeah.
well, got a shower.
Yeah, I was like driving around frantically getting all the stuff before because since we spent 5 hours driving to get Sam on Friday and we're pretty much exhausted by the time we got home. We pretty much went to bed and then me and Sam slept till 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then the sprinkle was at 1:30, so we had to like get up, get showers, and like go buy all the stuff still for it.
Well, Friday I had plans to go get dinner, and I called my buddy and I go, "Hey, I'm gonna rain check because there's like 60-mile-an-hour wind."
It
And
was insane.
yeah, dude, I couldn't see like 20 feet in front of me
Yeah.
driving home, but I still went to the gym, so that was like super dangerous for something stupid.
We saw two different full trees on the road in front of us. Like had to take different routes to get there. I put Sam's address in the GPS, and I'm pretty sure Google was like fuck. Like I'm pretty sure it gave us like route W, because so at the time
You're over in Jim Thorpe. You're swinging around.
yeah, essentially, because at the time, 76 had been shut down for 3 hours because a tree had fallen on a bus on 76.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
So it was completely. So it wasn't like a couple lanes were closed. Like it was shut down for 3 full hours. So that also meant that like Kelly Drive was basically gridlocked because no one could go in there, so they went on there because it was shut down for so long. So we ended up going down like Germantown Avenue. Like we went through the ghetto basically
Yeah,
for like 2 hours.
that sounds real fun.
And I mean, and it was crazy because such heavy snow and it was like building up on stuff because the wind was so heavy, and then it was falling down. So it was like it was like someone hitting your car with a sledgehammer.
But
it happened about 5 times that huge chunks of ice like slammed to our car.
But at 7:30 p.m., it was like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, basically. I mean, and then we finally we're driving. I finally text Laura because I'm like, because it's like, like I usually get there between like 5:30 and 6, and it's like 6 o'clock, and like I text her and I'm like, hey, I've been 18 minutes away for the last 20 minutes, so like I'm at a really bad intersection. I think once I get past it, then it'll be kind of okay after that. And then she calls me and she's like, yeah, I haven't gotten Sam from school yet because I haven't moved in 2 hours on Ridge Avenue. So I'm like, oh. So then I'm like, well, I'll call you when I get close to your house, and if you haven't gotten him yet, then I'll keep driving to school. So I call her when we get to like near Sam's house, and she just got to the school. So I'm like, well, the road's clear now. I'll be there in like 5 minutes. I'll just meet you there. So like we got to the school at the same time, leaving downtown at 4 o'clock, as she did leaving from 10 minutes away at like 4:30.
I just watched TV and ate Chinese food.
It was crazy. So we're about to turn to Sam's school, and then there's like a shopping center across the way. So we're gonna go eat in there, and then as we're about to turn, everything goes dark. Lights go out. The whole shopping center goes pitch dark. So we're like, fuck. So, and then it's a big road, so I didn't know how we were going to turn across traffic to even get in. So, but after about a minute, all the power went back on. But then we're like, oh, I hope everything's going to still be open in there after all their lights went out. So
People just run out on checks.
yeah.
Well, and that's it for Whole Week Casa this week. So next week we're recording episode 30. So if you comment on our YouTube page, oh my God, please do. You can win a drink with us, or just call in or something. I mean, we'll have it all figured out.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah, you have till
Like this weekend?
14, 13, 12, 11th. The 11th, March 11th.
Yes.
So,
Do it.
All right. Good night.